Okay. Sponsor me. Please sponsor. Good. What it is, what it ain't, and welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel and a new episode of Let's Talk Gay Talk, girl. Yeah. For all my people that is new here, Let's Talk Gay Talk is basically a series of episodes that I have created for my community to talk about taboo topics and things that are not discussed that need to be discussed that involves the LGBTQ plus community. I created this series originally to educate and bring awareness. There's a lot of things that go on within our community or that happens to our community, and it affects us so harshly to the point where we act or do things a certain way, and I feel like they judge us for the things that we do, but the whole time they're the main cause of us doing or acting the way we act or doing things that we do, if that makes sense. And let's get right into this episode because it is real juicy. Today's episode we have 3 things to talk about. Usually I have a little bit more, but these 3 topics right here are so good. Like, oh my god, y'all, like, they're so hot. If you don't already, please add me on my social to keep up with me behind the scenes and just see the other parts of my life. First things first, brotherhood. Growing up, this is just me speaking from my experience, being in the closet and out the closet. So before I came out the closet, I had tons of straight friends. Cis men are my friends. We were besties, they were my bros. And I remember clear as day, like, there was this certain bond that we had. Like, there's a certain love that we have for each other, like, as far as the secrets or as far as taboo conversations that we would have, or just the things they would do and the genuine love they would show me when I was straight, versus when I came out the closet, it was like this big disconnect for no reason. Like so many people I grew up with don't even talk to me, or slowly but surely stopped talking to me as I came out the closet more and more, because I didn't like just come out like, hey, I'm out. I slowly but surely came out. Like, I started dancing, and I started dancing more feminine. I started talking more feminine, and I started wearing lip gloss, and then I started saying this or that. I added more and more just to show the world, like, a slowly but surely progress of, okay girls, I'm out, I'm ready to show y'all the real me type thing. The more I did that, the more I noticed men in general, like, distance themselves away from me. It felt like as soon as a straight man finds out you're gay, or they have that sense that you're gay, they put up an immediate wall. They block out any connections or like relate that, like, they stop it from happening. And honestly, I think it stems from generational internalized homophobia, because, you know, you grew up, gay is just like used as such a hateful thing, a hateful term, and to be gay is to be hated. Like, your cousins, they called you gay, your uncles, they called you gay, you cried, your mama said crying like a little faggot, stop being gay. You know, just hearing that word with so much negativity behind it and not seeing no good. I think once everyone gets older, it's like, it's still, that feeling is still there. Even though they may grow up and accept gay people and they don't have no problem or issue with gay people, they still have that internalized feeling or shamefulness whenever they're around gay people or relating to a gay person, if that makes sense. Let me give an example. So men have a lot of like conversations, like weird conversations, honestly, for no reason. Boys tend to, me and boys just have like these conversations where they talk about the crazy stuff, like things that happen in the bedroom, just anything of that nature. Now, something that I noticed when I was in the closet, I will always be able to be a part of these conversations, and I would hear some of the crazy stuff. Although I didn't agree with it, I was always able to be in that space and just hear it and voice my opinion on it as well. But once I came out the closet, I'm never a part of those conversations no more. Like it happens with me and my residents, for example. So me and my residents, they know I'm cool. All my residents know I'm cool. Like, they know. That's with me heavy. They're like, Kari, I don't know why people keep making this gay thing such a big thing. You really so cool. This gay stuff really don't even matter. But then they would have conversation with me, but they would have limited conversation with me. Yes, they would show me a little bit of love, but then I would turn around and watch them go to their counter fellow parts that are straight, like, you know, they're straight friends, and they would have these deep conversations about everything. And then when I would come around try to find out about it or try to chime into it, they'll be like, no, we're not talking about nothing, or it's not nothing like that. And I'd be like, why wasn't I involved in on the conversation? Notice they have different conversations from me. Like, when they get away from me, they have different conversations. I will see them, I will hear them, and I would just be curious, like, why y'all never talking like this around me? And like, whenever I would bring it up to Red Hot and Dr. Hill that I notice it, they say, you tripping, what are you talking about? You tripping, nothing like that, it's no hate. Like, in their first line they would say is, I'm cool with gay people, I'm cool with you. You're gay and I'm cool with you. That ain't got nothing to do with it. And they will always say that, but then the whole time it has everything to do with it. Let me know if it's just me. Let me know if it's just me, please. I really hate how that is taken away from us, because because we're gay. And then it's even harder to find within the LGBTQ plus community because, well, let me not say that, because honestly we have our own brother, I'm gonna call it brotherhood, brother and sister put together, because my girl can also be my brother and we see each other. So I appreciate the love that I get from my community. That's all I can say. But it can feel good to get some from the African American and, you know, heterosexual community as well. Like, why can't this be one big combo, you know? Now, this next topic, y'all, this is my first time talking about this from the media, and I have been wanting to get into certain things. However, I haven't had the outlet. I want to give a big shout out to Gay Magazine. Their Instagram should pop up somewhere on the screen. If you are the LGBTQ plus community, I highly recommend you follow them. They keep track of news that is relevant for us, for our community, and it is true, and it is like, it's just our community. We don't have to worry about all these heterosexuals chiming in. We don't have to worry about seeing all the extra news we don't want to see about the heterosexual community and stuff that pertains to us. And I mean, they report other stuff too. We're the priority, we're the main focus, and that's something I really like. And also, it helps me find different things that I can talk about on my show, or things that are relevant to today's date. I mean, to today's date and time, you know. The next topic, I don't know if y'all know the T, but Benzino, whatever, Cora, I want to say that's Coralie Ray, I think that's right. Somebody daddy, he's somebody daddy. Hold on my phone. Yes, his daughter is Coralie Ray, and baby, the way he treats her is we're not gonna get into that. Anywho, yeah, so I don't know if you've seen it, but recently there were allegations and claims that he was getting caught up talking to and trying to mess around with the transgender actress by the name of Shauna Brooks. I believe I'm pronouncing her name right. I came across it on Instagram, and initially I already knew she was not lying. She was not lying, because if y'all are in the community, I can't even say this, but if you are in the community or you experience stuff like this, like cis men getting caught around, messing around with transgender women, not even getting caught, but being embarrassed or feeling like they're being caught, you know, because transgender women are women, so it's not something you get caught doing. But yeah, I'm gonna insert the clip of the interview right here. Just watching that clip and seeing his reaction when he was talking and his mannerisms, you can just tell, like, you can tell he was nervous as shit. He was scared. He knew what the T was, and he didn't have no other way to bail out. He couldn't bail out from it. The call revealed it all. Shauna Brooks, she is not lying. This woman has no reason to lie. I mean, granted, some transgenders do lie, but the fact that this woman has dropped calls, dropped red messages, like, I heard her have an interview. I'm gonna insert this clip as well.
I said, why would you do that? Why would you show my pictures? What was the first text that I sent him when he first contacted me? In this text, then I say, keep this conversation.
Yeah.
Between who?
Yeah, you and I.
Isn't that what I texted him?
You did, and
initially?
I saw the text. Yeah.
I don't understand, why is he showing me around to other people in your bed on your pillow time talk?
After I seen that interview, I knew she was not lying, because a lot of times trans women are fetishized a lot. I don't know why, but to straight men that seems like a wonderland. I don't know what clicks in their mind. I'm pretty sure it relates to DL men and gay men. Like, some men just like that exoticness. Not even that they're exotic, but they want to feel like something exotic is going on. They want to feel like they're sneaking around, and that can create a fetish to where they're like, ooh, I like this, like nobody can catch me, ooh, I'm thinking like, ooh, it gives them a rush. Like, it heightens their sexual activity. Like, it heightens, if that, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but I just know it raises it and makes it feel differently in the brain, like the chemical imbalance or whatever. That is happening a lot in America. Like, me having transgender friends, I see it happen on an everyday basis, and it shocks me. Like, y'all, some of my closest friends, like, they do it, and I'm just like you the same one that swear up and down. You would never. These be the same men, when they see a transgender on the street, they be like, oh no, that was a man, never be a woman, I can never be with that. Turn around and get they piece. Get they piece of that Chico's thing. And it's just like, what? It's like, what? And I don't know if y'all watch Pose, but a prime example of that in Pose, I'm not sure of the episode. I'm about to try to find it. I couldn't find the exact episode, but in this article it says, Electra's lover and financial support system brings up the action or oral sex, and that he is not in favor of her gender reassignment surgery. Electra's battle comes in two ways. She wants freedom of having the full anatomy of how she identifies sexually, but also wants the financial power that comes with her relationship. Despite possibly missing out on her lavish lifestyle, she chooses to move forward and complete her transition. Now, that, I love how they put that in that show, because that is realistic as freak. Like, I know people out here who don't want transgender women to progress in that way or form, like private parts. I know people who don't want that part of transition to happen. It's just like, what? You literally want this person to stay in this place where they don't feel comfortable? You want them to stay in a body that they don't like for your satisfaction? Like, oh, men. It's men. Like, men can scare me so much sometimes. Like, back to Benzo and that situation with Shauna Brooks, like, I can believe that. In the interview, she talked about how he wanted her to have a threesome with a biological woman and him. When I heard that line, I knew it was like, that put the cap on him. No questions about it. I knew. Once I just knew. After that, I just knew. It's irritating me and my girls that it gotta happen like this and it goes down like this on a daily basis. And on top of that, she also mentioned how she had a set of rules that he didn't follow. And I know about that firsthand because I did the same thing when I deal with DL men, download men. I would tell them like, okay, we don't do this. You don't talk about this. You don't ask this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Like, we had those certain boundaries and rules in place to protect him and to protect me. And once that DL man decides to push over those boundaries and say skip my rules, that is when I have to show out to protect myself. Back to what I was saying. Like, stuff like that happens and it sucks. It sucks so much. It sucks so much and I can't wait till the day it's like when everybody just put on blast about it because it needs to be stopped. Like, this should be no fetish. On to the next topic. This next topic, it really like, it saddened me so much and it always is a smack to me. Like, for a moment I can have this false reality in my mind where I feel like we're progressing as people with accepting the LGBTQ plus community. Y'all would think because we're getting these cartoon characters and people are learning about our history and we're able to walk the streets and wear our makeup freely, dress how we want to dress, you would think we're progressing, but behind closed doors in reality, like the true reality, we're not progressing. We have not moved nowhere. I mean, yes, we have had like 2 footsteps, but those 2 footsteps compared to the mile we have to go left. So Florida just recently denied gender affirming healthcare to trans youth. And that triggered me so much because me knowing firsthand and having a transgender friend being a part of that process with her, I know how much they go through. I don't know everything, but I have a glimpse and a taste of what they go through. The small part that I've seen a part of the transition, just the small part, the mental half, the little mental part that I've seen, that was enough for me to be like, wow, this is so much. Everybody can't do this. And for y'all to feel like that, I'm sorry I have to feel like that and have to be in this body that you do not like, that you're not comfortable in. Like, that's like a snake that is like trying to stay inside of its old skin. You have to shed that skin, but a snake staying inside that skin is eventually it'll bust out or like it can die. Period, point blank. No statistics, no nothing, no science, no nothing can tell you how a human is supposed to feel and how they're supposed to move about expressing how they feel inside. Like, I don't care what nobody says. And that is what the world is coming to. They keep trying to put the trans community on statistics or a scientific level like they're fucking a science experiment. It's not no science experiment. This is somebody's life. My whole thing with the situation is, their argument is, according to the article, I'm going to give credit to Blake Designer. He's a staff writer at Gay Magazine. Joseph A. Laputo. Joseph's reasoning behind it was, the words of him, a lack of conclusive evidence. Like, what? What do you mean? Do you not see how many trans people are dying to suicide, especially the youth? What do you mean? How much more evidence do you need? How many more lives do you need to be taken for you to realize like this is not a joke? Another thing that peed me off the most, he's black. We try to fight for our community so hard, and our community, the African American community, turns around and smacks us right in the face. Every time. But then as soon as Black Lives Matter or something like that happens, we're supposed to all come together and hug and love. Nobody's reposting this. None of my friends have talked about this. Half of my friends don't even know about this. And that's how I know people are not really truly supporting our community at the end of the day. And I'm always say this and I'm gonna stand on this. Always us against everybody. It's only us. We only got each other. At the end of the day, as much as people say they support us, love us, it's just us. It is just us. And it's sad. It's really sad. Like, I was damn near about to cry the other day when I realized that I would never be accepted into society as a black gay man in America. It really sucks. And we gotta wrap Let's Talk Gay Talk up, because when I start to go off into these certain type of these particular topics, I start to get like very angry, and I start having this energy towards the cis community, and just anybody who doesn't support us, I will have this spiteful energy towards them, because I just know at the end of the day you never really truly support me. Okay, that was a really good talk. I hope you watch this through the whole entire video, and please drop some comments. Anything you have to say about these topics, drop some comments. You disagree, make sure you indicate it when you drop your comment, because I'm coming. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to add my socials. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support me. Please share me with a friend, a cousin, a nephew, anybody you know that can need this talk or this space and this place just to be themselves and hear another person talk about things they do want to talk about. That is it for Let's Talk Gay Talk this week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.